is Foundation Friday. I love testing out new foundation. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. I am 39 years old and I am on the hunt to try to find those really good foundations out there. I have normal skin, but I do have some hyperpigmentation and I do have some texture around my chin area and around here from adult acne. You know how that is. So I'm on the hunt to try to find those really good foundations. So I do prefer something a little bit more on the lines of a satin, maybe a dewy finish. A couple weeks ago, I reviewed the Natasha Denona Transform Matte Foundation, and several of you guys requested for me to review this one from Natasha Denona. This is the Face Glow Foundation. Now this one's been out for a while. The Transform Matte is a newer foundation, but several of you guys were like, hey, I'm super curious about this. Will you test it out? Let me give you guys a little bit of information about this foundation. There is not a lot of shades. There are 12 shades in this foundation, but it looks like there's a pretty decent mixture of light to dark shades. So it's not like it favors one skin tone or the other. Now I chose the shade 42, which is described as medium dark with yellow undertones. Now typically I buy my foundations with medium with neutral undertones during the winter. During the summer I buy them medium with like a warm undertone. So that is kind of why I chose the medium dark. I do think 42 was a perfect shade for my skin. It blended in nicely and it doesn't have any kind of weird, you know, sometimes when you buy a yellow undertone it can be very yellow. This one was not that way. So this foundation retails for $42 and it has 30 mils. It's 1 fluid ounce. It says that it is a best-selling lightweight foundation with SPF 15 that offers brilliant staying power and stays looking flawless from day to night. This hydrating foundation is suitable for all skin types and will leave your skin with an even, flawless, natural-looking finish, imparting a glowing, dewy effect. The foundation creates a smooth and well-hydrated look while providing SPF 15 sun protection. So this is what Natasha Denona says about this foundation. My goal was to create a medium coverage foundation that would give a glowy look without looking greasy and would feel comfortable to wear and would be long lasting. My Face Glow foundation is an essential part of my glowing skin system, which is suitable for all skin types and all ages, including mature skin. Because it does not settle into fine lines and wrinkles, it gives a beautifully fresh, natural, and glowing finish. For combination and oily skin, I recommend priming the skin with a Face Glow primer and using face powder after applying the foundation. So that is good to know because it does say that this foundation is for all skin types. Because this is such a glowy finish, I was curious if they recommended it for oily or combination skin. I do have normal skin, sometimes dry in the dead of winter and dead of summer type deal. I don't feel like my oils have peeked through yet. So this foundation might be an okay foundation for oily or combination skin. Later on in the video, I will give you guys my opinion on that in probably my final check-in. So without further ado, let's jump right into the tutorial showing you guys how I applied this foundation and my first impressions of it. Later on this afternoon, I will come back for a midday check-in and then later on this evening for my final thoughts. Let's jump right into the video and I will see you guys in a little bit. Okay, let's jump right into testing out this foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on some of my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. And I like to use a spoolie just because I feel like I don't pick up too much product. Because with this, like a little bit goes a long way. You really don't need a lot of product with this. And sometimes I feel like if I put too much on, I don't feel like a thick application works well. It's such a good hydrating primer. It's one of my favorites. Then I'm obviously going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. And I just kind of swipe this all around my face. Now this is not foundation. This is kind of a primer, basically. It works as a primer. Something that I have worn since the beginning of August. It's my favorite face product and I can't wear foundation without it. It just gives my skin a nice extra glow. Like I don't feel like it disrupts the foundation at all. And I have finally cleared up my breakouts and I have figured out that the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-hour hydrating foundation broke me out, which totally sucks because I was wearing this for like 2.5 weeks straight. I loved it so much. but it broke me out and I can't wear it all the time. So I guess it's probably a foundation that I can wear once in a while. It's definitely not a foundation I can wear on a daily basis. So over my pores, I'm going to press some of this Tatcha Silk Canvas. And I like to just put it right here on the cheeks, right here in the center of my forehead, and then right here on my chin. So this is how the Natasha Denona Face Glow Foundation comes. It's pretty much like the Transform Matte Foundation. It looks like this. It has a nice pump on it, as you can see. Okay, so that was 2 pumps, and that's probably going to be plenty. For my brush, I'm going to use the Sigma F80 brush, the flat Kabuki brush, on this side of the face. And then on the other side of the face, I'm just going to use a regular old beauty blender. I'm going to dip the brush down into the foundation and just start building this up on the skin. But sometimes when I have a foundation like this, where it's kind of on the glowy side, maybe doesn't have a lot of coverage, if I wasn't reviewing this foundation and I was just wearing it, I would put this foundation on and then maybe take my Vanish Stick foundation and kind of fill in the spots where I want that extra coverage. But I'm not going to do that today, obviously. But if I was wearing this as like a daily thing, that's probably what I would do, because sometimes building up foundations doesn't always look the best. It just depends on the consistency. I do like the way this is looking. It looks very, 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 very natural. I had Botox yesterday, so I have all these little needle marks on my face. I had it, normally I get Botox here, up here, and like right in between here. It takes 4 or 5 days for it to completely start taking effect. So if you see those needle marks, that's what that is. So I've got some here on the Beauty Blender, and I'm just gonna start kind of putting this on. I would say this is a light coverage foundation, which I'm not mad at, because sometimes with those glowy foundations, that's how they are. And like I said, when they're like that, I just like to take a stick foundation and kind of build up my coverage. Okay, so I've kind of built up coverage on this side with the Beauty Blender, but I've basically used both of those pumps. So I'm gonna take like a half of a pump and build up the coverage on, that's a half a pump. So I'm gonna build up the coverage on this side just to get it to match. As far as the application, I feel like they're the same. So it's basically whatever you prefer. This looks really hydrating, and it's laying over the skin and laying over the wrinkles like beautifully. Oh man, this looks pretty on the skin right now. Now, as far as the scent goes, I wouldn't say it has a scent. I mean, it's lightly scented, but nothing too major. So this is how it's looking right now, but I want you guys to see how beautiful it looks over my forehead. I mean, see how gorgeous that is? And I was able to kind of build up the coverage right around here where I have my hyperpigmentation. And I gotta clean it out of my hairline. I do not like foundation in my hairline, but you know, we'll do that in a second. But I mean, you can still see my spot coming through right here, but I'm okay with that. It looks really good over my chin. It looks really good, you guys. It just feels really, really lightweight, and I don't feel like I have like any makeup on, which is kind of what I look for. This looks really, really good, you guys. This looks really, really nice. Let's go ahead and call the check-in time. Currently, it is 9:30 a.m. So I'm going to film another video today. I'm going to definitely wear this foundation for 12 hours because I put it on early enough that I can definitely wear it for 12 hours. So I will probably do a check-in right around maybe the 2 or 3 o'clock mark, and then come back after 9:30 this evening and let you guys know how this wore. But we're gonna put it to the test. I'm gonna film another video today. I have a lot of errands to run, so we're just gonna put it to the test and see how it goes. So I will see you guys in my first check-in. Back. This is my first check-in. It is 2:30 in the afternoon. I came downstairs and I was filming another video. I got a little cold, so I put on my big puffy comfortable jacket that's almost like a blanket in a jacket. I love it. I just got it from Vici Collection. I will put it in the description box down below. It's so cute. It has a hoodie. Oh, it's so cute, you guys. Look how cute it is. It's so cute. I love it. It's so cute. Absolutely love Vici Collection. I'm obsessed. I can't stop ordering clothes from there. Okay, let's get into the foundation. So currently the foundation is looking amazing on my skin right now. I don't even feel like I have foundation on. It looks so beautiful and it has dried down, it has set down, but I have this glow to my skin that just is absolutely stunning. Do love how it has that nice glow to it. When it says it has a glow, it has a glow, but it's not where it's illuminating. So I don't know what's in it that makes it so glowy, but it is a beautiful foundation. I mean, I'm not getting any creasing. It looks very natural. I am absolutely in love with it. I wish that it had a little bit more coverage. It's like on my forehead, I don't know that I would add more coverage because I think it looks pretty good. But around texture, like it covered my hyperpigmentation pretty good. Not like the best, but it's okay. It's pretty much what I look for in a foundation because I really don't want it really covered because then it looks really like unnatural. But it's just along my texture that I feel like I need a little bit more coverage. Like right around here, I feel like I need a little bit more coverage. But this foundation is stunning on the skin. This does have sunscreen in it, so I will be taking a picture out, you know, with the flash so you guys can see if it doesn't have any flashback, because sometimes with, you know, sunscreen and a foundation, it'll have flashback. Now again, I didn't wear any powder with this. I'm gonna go ahead and bring you guys closer so you guys can see how this is performing. But yeah, my skin, like my forehead still looks so nice. I mean, I just love the way my forehead looks right now. Love it. But yeah, like I wish I had a little bit more coverage right here, but like I said, I would totally wear this with my Vanish stick and that would be completely 100% what I need in a foundation. I mean, it's not even creasing. You know, I have my smile lines and stuff. It's not creasing at all. It just looks really good. It's such a beautiful foundation. As far as what I have on my eyes, I went ahead and filmed with the Pat McGrath. This is the Mothership number 5 palette. So I filmed this video. That video went up on my channel yesterday. So if you guys want to see how I created this gorgeous look with this palette, I will put it up in the iCards. Now you don't have to click on the iCards right when they pop up. All you have to do is wait till the end of the video. You can click on the iCard and then it will give you all 5 of the options and then you can pick which one you want to watch. So that is it for this update. I will come back and in my final check-in, I will give you a picture in the sunlight, a picture with the flash. You know, sometimes with a foundation like this, this is a type of foundation that doesn't last 12 hours. So I'm definitely curious about it. So I will see you guys in my final check-in. Okay, you guys, so it is almost midnight. Yes, it is 11:44 at night, which means I've had the foundation on, like what, 14 hours? Oh my gosh, it's been 14 hours. It's been a long day, very, very long day, and I'm ready to get this makeup off, and I'm definitely ready to take these lashes off. I cannot take them another second, and believe me, if I was not doing this foundation review, they would have been off hours ago. They are driving me nuts. Let's get into the foundation. So, as you can see, my forehead still looks flippin' flawless, right? Yes, you can see my hyperpigmentation coming through, but it looks so beautiful and like tight and glowy. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving my forehead. Right around here, of course, I've lost the coverage. I did just get over a cold and my nose was really, really sore throughout the cold. So I've been constantly putting like Neosporin right here. So that is one reason why I've lost all of the foundation right around this area, because I put Neosporin in my nose probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 times today. It's kind of faded off naturally. It's not like it has started to get kind of splotchy or, you know how sometimes you'll just start seeing it like being really like sticking to parts of your skin that you're like, ugh, that's not good. This hasn't done that. It's kind of faded away very naturally, and I'm really, really impressed with that. But it looks really good. Even my husband noticed. He really liked this foundation on my skin. Okay, so earlier I was talking about if I was going to wear this on a regular basis and not reviewing it, I would probably wear my Hourglass Vanish Stick to build up coverage, but I think I would also use my Makeup Revolution Stick Foundation. I would probably use this one because I really like the Makeup Revolution Stick Foundation. It's one of my favorite foundations from the drugstore. This one and the Flower Beauty Light Illusion. These two are my favorite. And I love this foundation. It is a really good stick foundation. So I would probably use this as well because this kind of gives a real natural, like, dewy finish. I love this foundation. So far, you guys, I am loving it. Typically, what I've started to do on my channel is if I like a foundation, I continue to wear it throughout the week, and I wear it differently with different primers, and I kind of play around with it, and I let you guys know in next week's video how I feel about it at the end of the video. So that's what I'm going to do with this foundation. I really, really like this foundation so far, and I am really impressed with it. I'm very impressed with this foundation. I really like the way it looks over my skin. And for it being a glowing foundation, it still looks pretty decent for being on for 13 hours. I mean, yeah, I'm looking a little rough, but it could be much worse. I mean, my eyeshadow's looking a little rough. I've lost a lot of my inner corner highlight because of my eyelashes. They're driving me nuts. But it could be worse, and I'm really, really impressed. I feel a little dry, which is weird. So for those of you guys that have oily or combination skin, I think you might like this foundation because I don't feel like it got so dewy it was like slipping and sliding. Somebody that has combination skin or oily skin, if you set it in the right places, you wear a good enough primer underneath it, I truly think that this would be a long-lasting foundation for you that I don't think would slip and slide because I almost feel a little bit dry. So I'm really impressed with this foundation so far, you guys. This is amazing. I want to show you really quick. This is a picture of me out with the flash first, and it did have a tiny bit of flashback, so this might not be a foundation that you're going to want to wear with photography, but I will say this foundation is more like a skin tint. I don't know that you'd be taking a lot of pictures with this foundation because it doesn't have a lot of coverage. Even though it looks very natural, I don't know that it's like a foundation you'd want to wear, you know, taking pictures and stuff anyway. It does have a tiny bit of flashback. I mean, you can see right there on my forehead and on my cheek, I got a little bit of a flashback, but nothing too major. For it having, you know, sunscreen in it, I think it did pretty good. Now the next picture is me outside, and I just wanted you guys to see what it looks like in the natural sunlight. And this is obviously with no filter. I didn't, filter it or anything like that. And I do think that the foundation looks really, really nice in the sun. I flipped down my visor as I was driving to pick up my daughter from school. It looked really, really pretty through the visor. That's always the test. That's like the true test. When your foundation looks good through the mirror of your car, you're doing pretty good. And it did. It looked really nice. Like I said, I briefly talked about it. I do think this is kind of like a skin tint. This kind of reminds me of a skin tint. It reminds me of a BB cream, a CC cream type thing. So if that's something that's up your alley and you prefer foundations like that, I think you'll really, really like this one. I do feel like it kind of controls the oils, which is kind of surprising. I didn't expect that. Last week, I reviewed the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin foundation, and I liked this foundation, and the more I wore it throughout the week, I liked it even more. It is a foundation that looks really, really nice, and as you guys seen in last week's video, I reviewed it using the smaller one. I've liked it so much that I've went ahead and purchased the large one. The way I like this the most is to wear this Pro Filter Fenty Beauty primer. I've been testing this out. They've been having the little samples in the beauty offer, they've had it in the point system in Sephora, so I've been picking these up to test out the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter primer. And I like this foundation with the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Rich Face Base, the Pro Filter, and the Charlotte Tilbury. Now, is that being extra? Yes, but I'm kind of that extra type girl. Some people prefer not wearing any primers, and I think that's great. If that works for you, I think it's amazing. We all have different skin. We all require different things out of our foundations, and I personally really like this foundation. This is a good foundation, and I'm gonna definitely put it in my rotation. I'm really impressed. Even though I don't like a matte foundation, I'm impressed with it. I really like this one. So that is my opinion on this foundation and the Face Glow. I will continue to wear it, but on a scale from 1 to 5, you guys, I definitely want to give this like a 4.5. I would totally give it a 5 if it had better coverage. It doesn't say it's a CC cream, but it gives you the coverage like a CC cream. It says it's a foundation, and you know, it's a really light coverage. And if it had a little bit more coverage, I would give this a hard 5. I did put a poll up on Instagram asking if you guys wanted me to review this one from Natasha Denona, or if you guys wanted me to review the Magic Foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. You guys all voted for this one. I have purchased the Charlotte Tilbury, but next week I am going to be reviewing the new Makeup Revolution matte foundation. It's the one that matches their concealer. I am so excited about that one because I've heard really good things about it. So I've ordered it. It hasn't came yet. It will be here by next Friday. So next Friday will definitely be the Makeup Revolution, and then the next week after that, I will review the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation. So just so you guys know, that's what's going to be coming up next week and the week after that. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to come right back here tomorrow because I'm going to be reviewing the new collection from KKW Beauty. It is the Classic Blossom Palette. I also ordered a blush and a lippy from that collection. So I'm going to be playing around with that tomorrow. So come right back here at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you guys are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you guys for your support. I love you guys so much, and I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend filled with love, happiness, and joy. I love you guys so much. Bye.